the warmth of our everyday greetings as one of the wonders of this world. Now, those wonders run even deeper because when you really connect with another person, a beautifully choreographed biological dance is unfolding as your smiles, gestures, and postures come to mirror one another and come into sync. But when you're really connecting with somebody else, your heart rhythms come into sync, your biochemistries come into sync, even your neural firings come into sync. It's as if in that micro moment, a single positive emotion is rolling across two brains and bodies at once, creating a momentary resonance of good feeling and goodwill between you. Now, what's more is that as you have more of these micro moments of connection in your daily life, it changes you. It changes you for the better, not just socially and psychologically, but also physically. And I've become particularly interested in your vagus nerve. Your vagus nerve emerges from your brainstem and tethers your brain to your heart. And one of its jobs is to slow your racing heart after a fright. But when your vagus nerve is functioning really well, it also slows your heart rate just a bit each time you exhale. Now, what happens in Vegas doesn't necessarily stay in Vegas. It radiates out to affect your health more generally. It reflects your body's ability to regulate inflammation, to regulate glucose, as well as your heart rate. And it also establishes your biological capacity for connection. Now, scientists used to think that your vagus nerve functioning was rather stable, kind of like your height once you're an adult. But what we've discovered is that if you find ways to increase your daily diet of these micro moments of connection each day, your vagus nerve functioning improves. The very rhythms of your heart become healthier. So these micro moments of connection are positive health behaviors every bit as much as eating your vegetables, eating your kale, or being physically active. But and how much more enjoyable and easy is connecting than doing some of the other health behaviors that we need to do. And this isn't just about your health, because when you're really connecting with someone else, your heart is getting a mini tune-up, and so is theirs. So you are wired to connect. And what we're learning is that the vagus nerve is a key part of that wiring. But I don't want you to be thinking about this wiring as mechanical wiring that stays the same season to season. This is living tissue. Your vagus nerve is living tissue, and it changes season to season depending on your habits of connection. The more you connect, the more you fortify this wiring to connect. And the more you lower your odds of having a heart attack and increase your odds of living a long, happy, and healthy life. Now, this gives me goosebumps. I mean, we've hardly been giving these micro moments of connection their due. When we say we had rapport, or we really connected, or sort of on the same page, we're in a way subtly suggesting that the goodness of our connection is somehow optional. It's icing on the cake. When these discoveries suggest that these connections are biological imperatives, they give you life in the same way that the